T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good evening. How is everyone doing? Happy Saturday. It's predictions time. We are less than a week away from the No Lose Chat Ourside card. The No Lose Chat and Southside presents Ourside. And we're going to talk about it. I dropped a dope card with a crazy headline that may or may not be a title match. MOAK certainly wants it to be. That caused lots of conversation. I had some pretty strong opinions on it, which I shared on the timeline, and I'll share them here with you today. Who will also share their opinions with me is Trubs. I said that in a really backwards way. Trubs, the plug himself, is here with me. Welcome, Trubs. How's it going? We're going to talk predictions.
What's happening? What's happening? How you doing?
I'm awesome, man. I can't wait. I'm excited to talk. Like, there's it's been an exciting week of rap. Battle rap. There's events this weekend,
especially today.
Yeah, well, I guess technically yesterday, May the 3rd, right? Heavy day in rap history.
Was that when he came out, May the 3rd? Because, well, I woke up to it, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, technically, I think they were dropped last night. I think Kendrick dropped both of his last night. But anyway, yeah, a spicy week.
Kendrick dropped one last night, no?
Didn't he drop? Yeah, he dropped one, but then the 6 a.m. one, that was Friday morning as well, wasn't it?
That's the one I listened to today.
Are you joking?
616. No. 616
you
was.
Must have heard Graham.
Meet the Grahams was
Meet
today.
the Grahams, that's it, and Family Matters.
It was like 20 minutes after Drake's or something.
Yeah, I think, yeah. But there was one first thing in the morning, right? 616 in LA that came. Yeah, so I think he dropped two in one day. But yes, spicy week in battle rap. He had some face-offs last night over at Chrome and Trenches, and also this week MOAK and Tech dropped their face-off. If you haven't seen that, be sure. I'm just holding this drink here. I've been holding it since we started for 3 minutes and 22 seconds, and I haven't taken a sip, and my voice is lacking. So excuse me for just a second.
That's cool, good.
Oh, I needed that. Yes. So we are gonna get into these predictions. Salute Charlie Zoo, man. Like, how's it going? I know you are gonna be there. Well, I would assume you are going to be there next weekend. Can't wait to see you if you are. I know you like this card, Charlie. I know you're feeling it. We got the Ourside card hosted by Paris, RX, and Snow. Salute the Southside boys. We'll start going from the bottom of the card to top. We're going to go through each battle. But before we get into individual predictions, what was your take when you saw, first announcements come in? Oh, hold on. I've got a fancy screen for that, haven't I? There we go. When we saw first announcements coming, etc. What was your take on the card?
Dope card is always dope to see NLC active. Dope card still. Dope card. It's got obviously the main event is something that I feel like, some people feel like it should have happened by now. I feel like it's happening at the right time. But yeah, dope battles. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely that main event, right? What you want about a main event is you want that storyline, you want a narrative, you want it to mean something, you want it to make sense. Preferably, you want one, that people have been waiting for. Like, if you could tick off all the things that you want in a main event, I think this one probably has it. And I'm of the belief that, yeah, it could have happened at any number of points, and they talked about this in the face off as well, but I'm so glad it's happening now. I'm so
Hmm.
glad it's happening now. I think it's the perfect time for it to happen. I think both of them are at a stage in their careers. They came in at a similar time. They did, they had kind of a similar trajectory, albeit on slightly different, they had their different routes, right? But they're kind of at a point where they don't have anything to prove except that next set, right? Who's gonna kind of graduate to that next level first? And I think, yeah, so for all those reasons, I love this main event. And I think I keep talking about the face off. I think the face off really did help sell it. If you weren't invested before, um it definitely made me even more invested. Not that they gave much away, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. I like that we've got like the real kind of newcomers with the likes of Pyro. I'd still say K Millie is in there. We've got MK and TKE, great matchup. Like, I like that, we're mixing up the levels. Craig G, visual,
Yeah,
someone super experienced.
first
So
time I know this chat as well.
exactly, yeah, debut. You got a few debuts on there, haven't we? But so yeah, let's get right into it then, and we're starting with Caveman and Kingsley Thunder.
Hmm.
Two. We just talked about debuts, two debuts, and two Northerners, right?
Nah,
Two
Caveman's
Northerners.
not. It's not Caveman's debut. Still, he's been about. He battled MK in it. So
It was on oh,
yeah. Caveman
oh
battled MK
shoot!
on NLC. So
What?
it's not
How
his
did I
debut.
forget about that?
I know.
How
I
did I
know.
forget about that?
Um,
Was that not the green
that was
process,
their last
the blue
event.
process?
Dazzy BMF.
Oh, it was the
Um,
green process. That's why I forget about it, because it's not
mm.
out yet, right?
No,
Or is
it
it
just
out
came
yet?
out. It just came out last week.
Oh man, come
MK
on,
Caveman
Jen.
just came out.
Do better. Do better. My bad. I was screaming for these battles. I didn't even realize that dropped. Okay.
Yeah, it just
One
came
for me
out.
to check out then. Yeah, from the Protocol 4. It's crazy that I remember them by the colours and not the numbers. That's silly. But okay, so returning to NLC, and I was at that battle.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We was all there still.
I
Everyone.
was there. My bad. But yes, this is most definitely Kingsley's debut. Um, and yeah, two Northerners coming down to London to clash. I was surprised to see this one. Salute,
Big up.
RX Southside. I'm going to talk about you in a minute, because I feel like you're holding back some. And in fact, today you suggested that you were. You've teased. You've teased some surprises, and that you're holding back something. And I was very surprised not to see you on this Southside
Mm.
Presents with NLC card. So yeah, I'm going to talk about that a bit, maybe towards the top, but definitely appreciate you in this card. Salute, Wax. If you get a chance, definitely pull up and talk about this card with us, Wax. We'd love to have you. Caveman versus Kingsley. Now, yeah, Kingsley, first time on the NLC crowd. He's a very kind of charismatic battler. He's a bit of a
Yeah.
funny man, right? He knows how to entertain a crowd. Caveman too, similar traits, although I feel like Caveman, he's more assassin like. He's coming more,
It's more with it, innit?
yeah, this is it. And I think in a room like this as well, I, I, I feel like, yeah, I feel like Caveman definitely has the edge down in London. I feel like in London, because Caveman has a grittiness to him. He has a, you know, he can kind of talk the talk and walk the walk and say shit that the crowd are going to want to hear.
Yeah, I think so
Kingsley,
too.
I feel like this gives Kingsley kind of an opportunity to kind of try some different things. Maybe, you know, if he's ever wanted to kind of step outside the box a little bit, I feel like this is a great one for him to do that. Not that he really needs to too much, right? But I
Kingsley's done
think
a lot. He's battled on iBattle. He's, you know, he won the Academy, he won Newcomer of the Year. If anything, I'm actually a bit surprised they bottom of the card, to be quite honest. They're kind of more experienced than a few people on the
see,
card.
the card placement is kind of crazy. And I put it down to, because I was just thinking about it when I was arranging these cards. And I was thinking, oh, it's because they're both debuts, maybe. But no.
It's not Caveman's debut. So
Yeah.
I think because it's not Caveman's debut, I thought they should have been a bit higher on the card. But nevertheless, I think they both gonna put on regardless. I think Caveman has the advantage of he's already been on a no lose chat. He understands. You once you go to an event and you actually get the feel, you start understanding what the crowd wants to hear from you. And Caveman is also a bit easier. It might be a bit easier to understand than Kingsley. Kingsley has got that, you know, that thick Liverpool accent, right? So pause just in case. But yeah, I think every time I say certain
you don't
things,
have to pause an accent, even if it's thick.
it don't matter. I still
Hopefully, right? Hopefully.
yeah, just in case, I have to cover my, you get me, my surroundings. But yeah, yeah,
Salute. No, these chat in the building.
and I think even when I think that we spoke on some spaces, I see Crow speak on this battle a bit briefly, and he mentioned that Kingsley's, they both have jokes and whatnot in certain pockets and everything, but Kingsley's jokes are a bit more conversation based, whereas Caveman is a bit more witty.
Yeah.
Even when he's being funny, he's being a bit more witty with it. So I
Yeah.
think Caveman's style definitely can translate a bit better. But I'm just looking forward to see how it pans out. To be honest, I'm gonna edge it to Caveman though. A 2-1
Yeah.
Caveman.
Yeah. Same here. Although it's it could be right that it's where it is on the card, because it would be potentially a great opener, a great crowd warmer, like a great one to get people kind of started. Although, yeah, I guess we can, as we go. Yeah, this is it. So Kingsley has been to an NLC event, Charlie Zoot says, but Wax says he's been to one, but you haven't battled in one. Yeah, it's a difference, right? It's a difference. Let's go on next up the card. We have Dazzy Talks versus Gas Buff. I'll start with this one. I thought I was so sure in my prediction of this until about 45 minutes ago, when I watched Gas versus D-Burke to see.
I watched that when it came out.
Yeah, no, I watched it about 45 minutes ago because I just wanted to see how they robbed the Burke, right? And then because I just thought there's no way Gasbuff beats to Burke unless he just puts on a very kind of entertaining, funny moment, heavy performance, and wins over a crowd that likes jokes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's what I assumed. And then I watched the battle, and it definitely wasn't a robbery. It was a very close battle. And I wouldn't argue that, like, I still gave it to D-Burke, but Gas did really well. Gas doesn't translate with me, right? And I'll tell you why. Some time ago, Gas did a particular promo. I don't know what it was, and I got in my head that Gas really wants to be a wrestler, but he doesn't want to get hurt, right? So I think I was saying this to somebody, and he wants to wrestle. He wants to be that kind of performer, right? He wants to be that big man on stage who has these storylines and big moments, but he doesn't want to get hurt like that. So he battles, right? He found battle rap is funny and it works for him, but he probably doesn't even like rap. And since I've got that in my head, I can't shake it. So whenever I see Gas, I don't look at him like, it's so hard for me to take him in as a battle rapper, no matter what he's saying, because in my head, he's a character. I see him as a character. Perhaps that's the double-edged sword of the promo he does, but it's so hard for me to shake it. Even I do feel like he's definitely getting better in terms of like strategy, and adding different tools to his arsenal. But for me, Gas has real limitations, and where there's certain things that he says, and it might entertain the crowd, but for me, this is a battle. And yeah, it might be nicely written, but if it's you saying it, it's just not landing the same, right? You've got no believability like that. So I don't, it doesn't translate with me. But it stopped me in my tracks. It stopped me in my tracks because I thought there's no way Gas can come here and get a win, especially given the last performance that Dazzy gave. Dazzy was incredible in that No Loose chat room, but what on the watch back, you see where he's still got things to learn. I'll finish. I've talked for a long time.
I'm gonna let you land. The silence.
No. Well, because I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this, but I think, right. So was it you? I think we talked about this, and was it you who pointed out, and Tech also pointed it out in the face off, that Dazzy has, oh no, was it MOAK? It was Tech. It was definitely Tech, right? Because yeah, Dazzy.
I mean, me and Tech spoke about it. Funny enough.
Hella name flips.
Yeah, I said Dazzy, and I said this on the spaces recently. Dazzy did great based on, because I said this before as well. So when someone is new, we rate someone based on their potential sometimes, not necessarily exactly what they're doing right there and then. So we're rating someone based on the potential that they could reach. After a while, then it becomes, all right, now at this point, we need to get, we're gonna judge you like a normal battle rapper based on what you're doing right now. So Dazzy displayed a lot of potential, and that was kind of his breakout performance versus BMF, where I felt like he kind of understood how to deliver and perform his material and how to put his rounds together. He clocked it. He understood how to put rounds together to a certain degree. Now, if we're judging it based on potential, great. That's a great. He's opened up. He's unlocked that side of his brain where now we can, and his ceiling is very high. Now, if we're judging based on solely what he done, that was 2 rounds of name flips, which was BMF, easy to flip. BMF, easy to flip.
Low hanging fruit, and a lot of them were just BMs, right?
Exactly. So he's got, he can flip that all day long. But at the same time, when we put it on the grand scheme of things, that's not name flips. Those names, and it's not that impressive. It's not. It's just not that impressive. It's cool, but it's just not. And
in terms of pen, right? In terms of pen,
yeah. And most battlers start with name flips anyway. They start putting their rounds together and whatnot with name flips, which is why if we're judging it based on potential, great. If we're judging it based on what he's done, I don't think you can do 2 rounds of name flips versus gas buff and win the battle. It's not gonna happen.
I totally agree. I'll say two things off of that. I do think we're still judging Dazzy off potential. He hasn't got enough
1000%.
work. So he's definitely still at the stage where we're judging him off potential. I totally agree. Very low hanging fruit. I don't think so. I can't remember exactly the word you use with the name flips. Like they're not all that. Name flips aren't all that. Basically, I feel like some of those name flips he had in there would have been. We wouldn't be saying this if he didn't have 17 of them. If he had 7 across the 3 rounds, or 5, or a few across the 3 rounds, some of them were so good as well that I don't even think we mentioned this, but some of that is IQ. I guess some of that is laziness, maybe. I don't know how long they had
He's
to
still
write for that
learning.
battle.
Still learning. I
Exactly.
think he's
The
it's just if this
the
is fire, let me write it
yeah,
down.
yeah. The thing that I still have to take away from that performance was the elevation from his last battle. I do think that was a massive level up in every aspect, and you can see he's starting to put it all together. Things are starting to click and make sense. Clearly the name flip clicked. Clearly he unlocked the name flip code last battle, and he just then let
I
me just
think
keep bushing this pattern.
putting
Bushing this
rounds
pattern.
together.
So
I think overall putting rounds together, he and delivering it and performing are things that he went in there thinking, okay, I get it now. After watching his TKE battle, which was the battle before, after watching his TKE battle, he probably thought, okay, I was stuttering a little bit here. I let my nerves take over on this part. I delivered my material this way. I'm gonna work on all of those things and go into into the BMF. But also, BMF is a big character, so if you let his persona dominate and captivate the crowd, it can be curtains for you, kind of thing. So
yeah.
he understood that, so he thought, okay, cool, like I'm gonna go in there and not let BMF's performance dominate mine, and I'm gonna try and dominate his, which I think he done great. And obviously, based on the elevation, and the thing, this is also something that applies to the new guys as well. They still adding new things to their arsenal, right? So Daz is going to be even better. I'm expecting Daz to be
Yeah,
even better
definitely.
versus Gasbuff.
Definitely.
Now,
And
it's hard for Gasbuff to gauge how much better is he gonna be, because you don't know what he's learned since. Like, BMF watched Dazzy versus TKE and was like, this is not something I should be afraid of. But what
even
you
if he
don't,
levels up, right?
do you know what I mean? But you don't know how high the level up's going to be, because you don't know what my man's learned since.
This
When
is it.
someone's been around here, they've already shown you everything they can do in 20 battles. You can kind of gauge, okay, even if my man steps up, he's gonna be up until this level. He can't do certain things because he's shown us that he can't do certain things. When someone's new, you don't know what they can't do on the next battle yet.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So, and that's the challenge that Gast has to like, you don't know how good Daz is going to be. Based on what Daz has shown us up until this day, Gas has the better IQ and the experience enough to know how to win this battle.
Definitely. And I feel like he's going to have some great material about Dazzy's whole challenge thing. I think he's going to have, I think whatever round he does that in, he might well win, because I think he's good when you give him things like that. He's good when he's got a subject like that. No Loose Chat says, this is battle rap, and in battle rap we get some crazy style clashes. I think this is one of those crazy style clashes. I'm interested to hear what they say. I'm interested to see what Gas does in a No Loose chat room, how he approaches it, whether he changes anything or whether he just does what he does best and just sticks to the game plan. I'm not sure how it could go. It could go any number of ways. Gas is very unpredictable as well. And one thing I think Gas is very good at doing is building to a moment potentially. And I think he could have a couple of spots in here where maybe he really surprises his opponent and the audience. But I'm going with Dazzy. I think he learned a lot from that. I think he definitely learned a lot from that. And I think one of the greatest things it would have done for him is in confidence wise. You can't have a performance like that, leave the room like that, and it not do amazing things for your confidence. It not go and make you think, okay,
but there's
I'm
also
getting
pressure
there.
to do it again.
Well, yeah, that's another thing, right? The expectation now is on Dazzy to deliver. So yeah, yeah. I hope he's listened to the critique and the feedback.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
go
yeah,
with Gas 2-1.
You got Gas 2-1.
Yeah, I want to see, based on everything we've seen so far, I'm going with Gas 2-1. But I would love to see Dazzy improve once again. So could be a great battle.
Definitely. Dazzy needs to. I think it's not just a singular attribute. I don't think there's anywhere where you look at Dazzy, or not me. And I think what I see in Dazzy is inexperience, and the thing that he needs most is practice. I
Still
think
figuring this out.
Yeah, he's got lots of attributes that he's shown us throughout, his handful of battles or something. But there isn't Gazzy, to me, he doesn't have, maybe I can't even say pen. I can't even say it's not pen. I think that was a stylistic choice the other day. It's a lazy choice in terms of the excessive name flips. I don't think that's necessarily a weakness in his pen. If he continues to do that, then we could say, yeah, definitely. But I think it's practice. It's rounds Dazzy needs now.
He definitely, and from his last battle, like he showed he knows how to pause before he delivers a punchline. He knows, like he made a big difference. He knows how to work a crowd. He knows where to, bring, if the crowd stops you, where to bring it back to. Like he's learned those things in it. But at the same time, I don't think Dazzy had to work with having the crowd against him. At certain time, like when versus BMF, he went crazy and he had the crowd in the palm of his hand throughout the whole battle.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
like Gas gonna fight back.
Mm,
I don't think BMF was really fighting back like that. Gas is going to fight back. If you shake the room, there's a possibility that Gas shakes the room after you, and then how do you react to that? Gas has been in in rooms where the room's against him. He's lost the crowd. I've seen Gaslighter, and he's lost those battles. He understands, he knows what it feels like to take a loss like that. So I don't think that. So he knows what to do. He knows to keep. He's not the first. If the crowd's going against him and Dazzy's dropped a mad punch, it's not that Gas is going to be like, oh, this is surreal. I never seen a crowd going crazy against me like that. He's been in those rooms before. I'm not sure if Dazzy has. So all these things is experience that we don't know how you're gonna react to certain things yet. So
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, we shall have to see. We shall have to see.
definitely should be a good battle though.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we have K Millie versus Pyro. Pyro, this is his second time on No Loose Chat. Was it a one rounder before? I think
Pyro,
3-rounders.
3 rounds. 3 rounds.
Was it? It was Pyro had 3 rounds. Okay. And K Millie, this is a few times. Is he had 1 or 2 No Loose Chat battles?
He's had 2 and 1 no show. He's supposed to battle Caps. It's the same day Pyro battle, but Caps didn't show up. So
Okay.
I think he had a 1-rounder and a 3-rounder. I should say. I want to say. I'm not 100% sure, but
yeah, definitely had a 3-rounder. The not TK, Craig G was 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Craig G was 3 rounds, and
could he have a 1-rounder against him?
Uh,
Oh, he's in the chat. He said both were one rounders.
both was one rounders. Craig G wasn't. Oh, my bad. My bad. I am terrible with my research today. Salute
So
Paris, queen of all the peas. Wagwan. Thanks
big
for
up, big
pulling
up.
up.
So who else did he battle? Was Crazy and who? I can't remember who was that one.
I can't remember. Hold on. Let me have a look. Oh, Craig. Yeah, he's in the chat. You can tell us. I feel in the building it felt like a free round. Why did I think it was a free round? And I just watched that the other day as well. My bad on that. Yeah, so not very experienced at all in terms of numbers of rounds. I think Pyro had a nice debut. It was a nice introduction, kind of showed us what he could do, but I think he definitely needs to, I hope he's kind of Rakeem. Oh, study the format. Travis, take over for me for a second, please.
Yeah. I wanna know who did you battle? Was Crazy and what was your second? What was the other battle? Um, I think Pyro. I think Pyro's still figuring this out. Pyro kind of, it was his first time. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do better the second time because you got to again. Once you get to watch yourself back, it's like, oh, I was very timid. I was shy here. I'm not. My delivery is, but it's your first time doing it. So, and I think his opponent was a bit of the same thing. So he's still figuring this out. I think K Millie needs a win as well. He needs a breakout performance.
He needs a clean performance. Camille, I know you're in the chat. You need a clean performance. I think this battle being placed so high up on the card, it raises expectations to a point. I don't know these guys can meet. Okay, sorry, Snoop. It's just once I know these chat.
Okay.
So it was the show Snipes battle as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we're thinking the third was the battle that didn't go down. But yeah, I think putting these guys so high on the card or not as the opener places an expectation that I don't know that they're necessarily ready for. K Millie hasn't been able to have a clean performance. He's got you need that. You need to get through clean. You've got projection issues, delivery issues. We want to see what you can do to the best of your potential, and we can't judge that when the material doesn't meet the basic level, right, which is getting through it, getting it out. And this is a persistent thing, which makes me think, is this the right thing? And to yeah, you mentioned with Pyro, yeah, we've seen one performance from him, and it was a decent entry. We know he can rap, right? But it's that transitioning,
battle rap, yeah.
Transitioning into
K Millie's got, obviously he's got RX, he's got MK in his camp, which he could be sparring with and showing him love, But at the same time, I think what K Millie needs is this is an individual sport, so
tough love.
Yeah, this is individual sport. So see how that man walk into that pit, super confident, ready to dominate whoever, whatever's around and whatnot. You need that. You need to, you speak with confidence on Twitter. You gotta have confidence in the pit once you're a battler. So I want to see K Millie kind of just own the thing, like this, own it. And I want to see him do well. I want to see Pyro do well. I want both, because then it's just more people in the scene that we need. The more, the better, right? So I think K-Millie's got a good opponent because Pyro's still figuring this out. K-Millie kind of still figuring this out. So yeah, it's both of them are kind of in the same boat.
I think it's a great matchup. Yeah, it's a perfect matchup. Perfect matchup. Great.
1000%.
I don't think there's a better opponent for each other. And I think they both have something to prove. Both, us something to prove in the sense to themselves, not,
Yeah,
I
show
think,
us what you've learned since your previous battle,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I don't know how to call this one though. I'm not gonna lie. Because it can go any way. It can go
It
any
could
way.
go. It could go anyway, but I'm gonna definitely go with my chest and say Pyro, because K Millie has shown me, the only thing K Millie has shown me is that you can't get through a round.
Oh yeah, if it was one rounders, yeah, if it was a one rounder, then that means he was stumbling through that same
No,
round. Yeah. Him
okay.
and Crazy was a one
K
rounder.
Millie's saying Pyro 30, so it's a free round. You've got to get through 3 rounds now. I mean, Pyro hasn't shown us that he can do that either, right? But he hasn't shown us that he can't. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's delivered more material than K Millie
yeah.
has. That's true.
And
That's true.
And I think it's K. I feel like K Millie is in a tough position in that Southside is they're the new names in this thing, right? They're a crew that have come.
You're on mute.
Sorry, thank you, Trubs. They've come in. They've made people pay attention. They've given us a certain feel, given us a certain standard, showed us that the Southside brand means something. So that's a lot of pressure when you're coming up under that, when you kind of are not following in footsteps in that sense, but when our risk
Built for it.
newcomer of the year last year had so many battles, had so many kind of different types of battles as well, went overseas. It's a lot to kind of live up to, so that can add pressure, but pressure builds diamonds. You gotta and you don't want to be the weak link. Like, you don't want to be kind of the whipping boy.
And it is, in a way, K Millie he's been watching battle rap for ages, so he knows what battle rap is. So K Millie's got supposedly he understands how battle rap works. Pyro doesn't really come from a battle rap background. Just got roped into this. Okay, cool, I'll try this. He was never really, I don't think he was a strong battle rap fan like that. So he's supposedly still figuring this out based on what he's done music wise, or how he raps on beat or whatever. So he's readjusting. So you've got someone that comes from a more music background that's transitioning into battle rap and adjusting, and then you've got someone that comes from watching battle rap and understands battle rap, and now he's adapting in his own way. But he knows what a round is supposed to sound like. When you write it, you know what he's supposed to sound like based on how much you've heard. Whereas Pyro is like, okay, I'm figuring this out. Which you notice he's spitting very proper fast at some points and whatnot, and you don't have a beat here, so you can relax. So,
and then other times, the projection isn't quite there either. He's very quiet. Yeah, but I think this is a great opportunity for both of them to come and have a really solid performance and set a marker. I feel like they need to set a marker. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress in this one. Next up, MK versus TKE, sticking with the Southside boys, and one with TKE can potentially avenge himself against MK, avenge his loss to RX. I love this match as well. Like I said about the last one, I think this is a great matchup. I think these two is a great time for these two to see each other. It has, the added little, like I said, the little added spice where not only did RX beat TKE, but he walked him down out of the frame. Like he batted him up live in 4K. We all saw it. Like, he bullied that man, and TKE let it happen. He had it. Every last bit of it, he had it. And now you gotta see his brethren. There's a lot TKE can do here.
This
He
is
can
the more
earn that
friendly brethren.
point.
It's not it's a bit. MK is a bit more friendly than RX.
He is, right? Well,
It might not walk you
he would.
down the flame this time, you know,
I
like that.
mean, he's a fun-loving guy. Like, he exudes fun and character and personality, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. MK, a savage too. So I think the optics are different in this round, in this battle, with the RX battle. Obviously, RX, TKE, both big, tall guys. MK not as tall in stature. So, you know, the he might be able to. I feel like TKE needs to, bars notwithstand, whatever, TKE needs to come in there like with the balls of Mike Tyson. Like, we need to see, like, I am not afraid. I'm not getting walked out of the frame. I'm not getting bullied. I'm not getting like wrapped out of my position. Like, I've learned from that. I'm still learning. Shit
Do you think
happens.
it did that versus Crash?
Say that again.
Do you think it did that versus Crash?
I don't think he had to in that sense. I don't think he had to in that sense. I feel like this one is different because it is MK. It's, you're battling another South side battler. I think this one, and because, you know, TKE has heard about, it's been relevant. I think Crash mentioned it. Surely it's going to come up in this battle. It's at the forefront of people's minds. I think he needs to. It's not that he needs to be aggressive. He needs to stand his ground. Like, he just needs to stand his ground, and he needs to. And these are the things that I feel like he needs to assert, right, to win this battle. I don't think he can. I don't think he can win it. I feel like I don't think he's there yet in terms of pen, in terms of performance, in terms of delivery. I don't think he's quite where MK is. I feel like MK is someone who is, he does I can see so much potential in MK, and we're still using that potential word, and I think it applies with these guys. So much potential, and I feel like with MK, it's like he's got this jar full of pebbles, right? And he keeps bringing out different ones and polishing them, and sometimes he drops the pebble, but he'll pick back that up and he'll scrape the dirt off, and the next time it comes out even shy. I feel like he's still shining all these pebbles at different rates, and he hasn't always kept them all in the jar. But listen, you see, once that jar of pebbles is polished,
yeah, I have a lot. I have a lot of conversations about MK. I feel like MK doesn't even understand how good he is yet. His ability to, do you know, he's a natural. He's got natural charisma.
So much.
He's got his, which means a lot of these battlers, one thing these guys lack is personality. A lot of these guys are just dry. You'll be around these dons and bruh, like fuck knows. Yeah, these men turn mad shy once the camera's on and whatnot. Like, damn it, I see people backstage sometimes shaking and shit. Like, yo, it's okay to be nervous, but sometimes, like, so, or even just to hold a normal conversation, some of these people just don't have any personality and whatnot. And MK is just generally, I banter with MK like especially we on the team South on the football group. I banter with MK like we from like we like we've met for a long time, like we know each other for a long time. Like he's just a cool brother. You know what I'm saying? He's got natural charisma. He knows how to write. He can rap. He understands battle rap, and he's a great performer. So and we did, and he's still new, which means
Mm,
the same things that I said before, where every single time you're gonna see these new guys, they're gonna be better than the time than the previous time you've seen them. But
mm,
it's hard for you to gauge how much they've learned since because they actively studying. Everyone that's been here, they still studying, but they've already shown their ceiling. They've shown their capabilities. They've shown their level of writing and whatnot. And that's not really going to be improving much more. When someone is new, they're actively studying. And one thing MK's got is he is willing to
mhm,
learn and take
mhm,
feedback and apply it and whatnot.
mm,
He's a student of the game. And once you have that, doesn't fuck knows how far you're gonna go. Do you know what I mean? So
mm,
I think out of the new guys, of all the new guys, MK is one of my favorites. If I'm being completely honest, I'm gonna say TKE's been here. He hasn't. It's not like he's been here forever, but I feel like TKE so far in every single battle, he has shown me his capabilities. He hasn't. He's improved even on his last one with Crash. He's improved a bit better. He's moving around a bit more and whatnot. But for example, his writing hasn't improved that much to me.
mm.
Like, well, improved a little bit more, but he hasn't really taken up to the next
Yeah,
level. Next level,
yeah.
he's still got a lot of basic
He hasn't
writing.
had a breakout performance.
Yeah, so I think I feel like this is for MK to take, and
Mhm,
actually MK can actually use this battle and try new things and whatnot, and
mhm,
he's not to say that TK is a pushover, but everything that he's been studying, he can apply into this and then see how it works, and then he's gonna then go back and watch it. Then, oh, I didn't like this. I like that. I didn't like this. Go back again, change it again, and I think is MK. I think this is MK's battle still.
This is yeah. I feel this is a 30. Yeah, I think it's a 30. I think if MK is on job, I feel like he walks through TKE, like and metaphorically, not literally like RX did. I feel like I feel like he teaches him a lesson. I don't think TKE has the tools to deal with MK. I think he's too versatile and he's set himself apart. But
I want
prove
to
me
see
wrong.
MK. I'm gonna say a challenge for MK, and I know I'm gonna say this, and he's probably gonna do it now. I want to see MK rebuttal in this one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, MK, you add rebuttal into your game.
Well, go on
I know
TKE.
he's
We love
watching,
it.
but
Yeah.
man's not is respectfully before everything I said, but I still said what I said, kind of thing. I feel like you need to study the game a bit more and see what works and what doesn't.
Mm. Yeah. I'd
I would
agree
agree
with.
with Wax as well.
Yeah,
You would think so, but
definitely. And it shows in the performance, right? It shows, and that's something that you definitely want to combat. Any type of performer, there's a point where you have to kind of relax into it and not overthink because it does show, it does translate.
and think about what you sometimes like think about what you're choosing to write about. Like you look sometimes you lot go for a lot of anime references, and
Mm.
if you're gonna go one anime line for the anime viewers, fine, cool,
Oh
couple here and
shit!
there,
Yeah,
but
TKE had a Gen anime bar, didn't he? That was kind of
I don't know.
yeah. It didn't even sound like it was kind of, but yeah, he just reminded me. Shout out
Just pick
to
better
TKE
references.
for that.
Just pick better.
Yeah.
I would say to TKE, try and pick better references to write about as well, because I think that's the sometimes is the references you lot
Mm.
picking. It might be good, but good things, but majority of the people in the grand
I
scheme of things don't know.
Yeah, I think I definitely said that after the crash battle. TK's dated reference. Like for a young man, your reference points are very dated. Or yeah, like the anime didn't stick in my head, but definitely outdated, or reference points did. And delivery, I feel like TKE could be at least 15-20% better with exactly the same material if he focused on delivery. I feel like
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, like clarity is so important. MK as well is someone, he's very clear. He's got great clarity, great enunciation. And I
And
feel
he has
like
a great
MK
personality delivering
actually,
his material. Like he
yeah,
will stop, you'll pause. Wait, but you don't know?
yeah,
Nah.
yeah,
No. Like
very
he
natural.
very entertaining, captivates the crowd. If you're very monotone and whatnot,
Mm,
you damn near get, you
mm.
lose, like, people gonna lose interest, So all these things are things that I think makes a big difference between the two. Why is Wax shouting, bro? Relax. I can hear Wax's tone right there and then. Bruv, you hear me? Prove us wrong, right? Because Wax, chill out, man.
Okay, TK said he's gonna prove people wrong. I'm here to be proved wrong, and I love
Yeah,
it's
for it.
it's a great thing. It's a great thing. It's genuinely a great thing to come on for me anyway. I'm not speaking for anyone else, but when I give a prediction and I say something like, "Yeah, he's gonna walk through," like for me to come and say, "Yo, I was wrong. Did you see what my man did?
Nah,
He shut me
100%
the
is a dope
fuck
thing.
up." I love that. I love that. So
Because then we
yeah,
get more people on a higher level that can compete with is a lot more matchups, all of that.
this is it. This is it. Next up, Visual versus Craig G.
Watch out, see, crazy scared Instagram. You gotta make sure the stream don't get shut down and whatnot. You get me? So the stream gets
Uh,
shut down instantly. You get crashed down.
Censorship. Yeah, why is Craig G being censored? Outrageous. Outrageous. I feel like not villain, Visual uses connections. He's got industry connections. I saw him at the BAFTA the other day. He's shadow banning Craig G with his industry connections. I
Mad
see you,
thing.
Viz.
Mad
It
thing.
won't work. It won't work. Well, the shadow banning might not, but what will work? Let me tell you what will work, right? Viz's punch rate, Viz's dynamic performance, Viz's excellent writing, Visual's experience, Visual's ability to craft free crazy rounds, Visual's ability to be versatile. All of them things, they're going to work masterfully.
Yeah,
They're going to work masterfully.
Visual's dangerous, man. Visual's a madman still. Visual's a madman. I'm scared of Visual. I can't lie. Not scared like that, but I'm saying Visual. I think Visual's another guy that I think he's a bit slept on. I actually think Visuals is a bit slept on. Not slept on like that, because I think the people that knows. My last interview, Tony D was saying, yo, I would battle Visual. Like, this is Tony D saying, yo, do you know what I mean? So I think people forget how good Visual is. Visual's really good, man.
Visual's a
Visual's really good.
fucking monster, man.
And
Visual's a monster.
on the spaces, dojo spaces last week or something, or was it this week? I can't remember. Craig, you were saying that, you know what, he's actually taken a lot of things, a lot of what was said before on board and whatnot. And at first I thought he was a bit upset or whatnot. He's saying now, like, I actually now taken a lot of it on board, and I've applied it, paid a lot more attention to my writing. He said he wrote certain things, then he scrapped it, then he tried to make it better, then he tried to make it better, and actually proper worked on his writing. So I'm very interested to see. And again, the same applies to Craig G. These guys are still learning, right? So they're gonna watch it. They're gonna watch themselves, and this is why it's important to make people understand this is not as good as you think it is. So then you can make it better. You can actually spend time making it better. So as much as some people think, might think, oh, why wasn't from a place of hate. I actually think Craig G has a lot of potential. He just has
So
things that
much.
he needs to. Yeah, he just has things to. I felt like he needed to work on versus Black T, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't from a malicious place. I generally just wanted him to pay more attention at certain things that are easily fixed in a way. Certain things that if you pay more attention and read that sentence 3-4 times, you're gonna realize what's wrong with it. Like,
But if you
criticize
don't
your
know
own.
that there's to look at that sentence 3-4 times, then you're
Then
just
you're gonna
gonna
move
look at
on
the
to the next
sentence,
one.
say it's cool, and on to the next bar.
Exactly. So, and I think Craig G, with the potential that he has, I want him to look over it and make it and push the right into the, because he's already a great performer. He's got great charisma as well, personality. He's got his own style. Everything is
What?
already cemented on what he's got. He literally just needs to up the level of pen, and that's it. You've got
You know
Craig
what
G.
he
You
needs?
know what I mean?
He needs a fucking chance, right? I hate this match. I hate this match. I absolutely hate this match because I don't think Craigie is ready for it. I don't think, even if he goes, and again, I'm so ready to be proven wrong, but I don't think Craigie has been given a chance. Give a man a chance. His first battle, Craigie and MK, I loved that battle. These two had me so excited. Seeing Craigie, and obviously, you know, there's the Surfer comparison. The two have battled. Hated that they battled so early as well. Hated that Black T came next. And now you've got Visual, one of the most dangerous, the most dangerous in his class. Like, I hate this match. Let Craig G get some fucking practice, man. Let him beat up somebody, because he can beat up some heads. Like, he can knock some heads. He can walk through
Yeah, they're
certain
probably,
people.
Crazy.
He
Crazy's
could
having
walk
tough
through
opponents. Like, he's
certain
a tough
people.
opponent. Visual's a tough opponent.
Experienced opponents, like very, very experienced, battled internationals, being abroad,
They had
like
K Millie
battled
and then MK, right?
challenging. Okay, my bad. The second one then, the MK one. But I feel like he needs to be given a chance to really work on his craft, because that word potential, oh my God, yeah. And Craigie's potential is similar to MK, but both very, very different. What Craigie has, you cannot teach. The man came in with that. Okay, so Craigie's first battle was K Millie.
Yeah,
So
then he
then
battled MK.
K Millie has battled twice on NLC then, no?
No. That's
Oh
the
yeah, because I said
battle he had.
Craigie, not TKE. Sorry. I'm thinking and speaking and getting confusing myself. I feel like, yeah, what Craigie has is such a natural, it comes so natural to him. It translates so well to the audience. He's got great timing. He's got a great understanding of what can get the audience to go and how to make them do it. Like, I want to see him flourish. Like, I really want to see him just keep leveling up. And I feel like he hasn't had, like, was it 2 rounds he had then, and then had Surfer? 3 rounds against Surfer, and then 3 rounds against T, and now 3 rounds against Visual. Maybe there's another round in there somewhere, but I just don't think it gives him enough of a shot to really improve if you're giving him such experienced opponents so quickly. I feel like he has the potential. Like, I feel like Craigie next year could have killed Surfer potentially, or could, like, I feel like Craigie Visual in a year's time, in 18 months time, Visual can come and say, give me Craigie, he is making too much noise. And everyone's like, nah, Visual, man, I don't even know, like, if you want Craigie, right? Like, not on NLC. Like, I feel like it's different conversations you're having when these battles are at different times. And I feel like Craigie, with some wins under his belt as well, Like,
I always say battlers should aim to battle their class first before they move up. That's all. I see Wax say didn't Visual learn his trade by facing top tiers consistently. Now Visual actually
mm,
cleared his whole class. Visual at one point it was him and Roots. Roots was ahead of the class, and he
and
was and
that was
he
the
cleared
battle that
everyone
transcended
underneath
him.
Roots, went at Roots, and then it's still MOAK, whoever's Visual's class. And every time he went to the top tiers, he got sent back to a point where he battled Quill and showed the difference. Okay, cool. Then do you know what? I need to stay down my level.
And
Then do you know what I mean?
and look,
And battled and cleared his whole class. But the thing is, I feel like you
Visual
got to
didn't
play
get
the class.
names until how many battles in was Visual before he was getting tests?
You
Like,
gotta remember, Visual was
he's in the tournament.
When John battled Shotty, Visual was opening up that card as the Academy winner, or was that Academy final? He was battling Milky, so that's how long Visual's been around. Visual's not it's not a new guy.
That was my
You know?
my first time outside. Like, that was
Yeah, Visual's not a new guy.
2018.
I think I do agree that battlers should aim to gain the most experience, mainly as well, because then, like you said, like if they battle, if he, they by the time they battle higher competition, they've learned so much and they've added so much to their arsenal where they're a bit more ready and makes it a better battle. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. It is what it is.
I
I don't think Craigie, from what he's shown us. So again, I don't know how much he's going to improve and going into this one. From what we've seen so far, I don't think Craigie is ready for the level that Visual can reach, and the level that we have seen Visual reach. You know, and you gotta remember, like visual punches, Visual's punch rate is high. Visual will punch every two
yeah.
sometimes. You might hit
And
you with every four, it might hit you with every two.
heavy punches as well.
Gotta remember Visual. If you talk about Visual, you gotta remember Visual beat Black T, Visual beat MOAK, Visual beat like Roots. Like anyone you mention around that
He almost beat
that
Well, he had a great battle with Koj, and this is a couple of years ago. Like,
yeah, that was plug 1.5.
look at Maverick. Like, look at him and Maverick just the other day. Like,
Good battle.
when you talk about the levels that Viz can get to, and I totally agree with the throw them in at the deep end. Sometimes that's the best lessons. I agree with that to an extent, but I don't think Craigie. So we're talking, is that 2 rounds before Surfer and then T and then Visual? So it's like, oh no, that wasn't deep enough. Let me throw the bath wasn't deep enough. Let me throw you in the pool. Okay, now the pool wasn't deep enough. Let me throw you in the ocean. Like, can we let the man swim first? Like, can he learn how to swim before he's being thrown in the ocean? That's my perspective on that, because I do. And sometimes I have this take and I am proven wrong, where I say, I don't think this person is ready, or I don't think this match should happen yet. And I'm proven wrong. But there's just like Craigie, I feel like he's still working on too many things to battle of someone of Visual's experience who does so many things well to a high level. I think it's not a competitive match to me, looking at what Craigie has done in the past and looking at what Visual's done in the past, looking at the conversation that they can have with each other and how well that they can do that. I just can't see a way for Craigie to get around, to get a bar over. Well, that's exaggeration. I can see him having some moments. I can see him doing well. I can see him improving definitely from last time, but I can't see him making it at any point competitive. That's just my take.
Yeah, I feel like Visual is pretty much anyone who's aiming to excel, aim 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 to Visual. Like, I feel like aim for, so I get it, but clear your class first. I always say
Yeah,
clear your class
if
first.
if we're talking Craig TKE, if we're talking Craig Dazzy, who was right there on the card, if we're talking Craig MK,
fire still.
like, and he's
Craig
right there, like he's right there. But any of these other matches, it's a whole different conversation. I'm having a whole different conversation. I'm talking about fights. I'm talking about Craigie, the things that he can do and the things that I could potentially see him leveling up to beat, say, even a RX, right? Someone very experienced compared to Craigie. Like, we're having a very different conversation. But yeah, I feel like Craigie just needs more practice. He needs more ring time against people at a similar level before he makes them steps, because I feel like, yeah, it's too fast an acceleration that he doesn't have the tools for. But yeah, I'm happy, delighted to be
could be
proven
that
wrong.
Craigie goes crazy and adds a bunch of his to his arsenal and proves us wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna go with visual on this one based on what we've seen so far. Again, I'm sure Crazy is gonna be better than before. He said he will, but even if he never said anything, I knew it would be anyway, because he wants to. I know he wants to improve and he's gonna get better and better. Especially after being criticized, I'm pretty sure whether he liked it or not, that's definitely made him pay more attention to his material. Like, even if he's on some fuck traps, watch this, man. You think watch traps, what? Even if he's like that, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be dope. But yeah, I just think visual sick, man. Visuals really good, man. And I think a lot of, even what I'm watching, I think, and if you do you know what it is, one thing I realize, about classes, you see, when that class, visuals class, they're all very well aware of what visual can do. You see, I see our MOAK and Tech spoke on visual. They're very well aware of how dangerous visual, because they seen visual take over the thing, kind of thing. Like, he's, so whereas the class, because I think like battle rappers only kind of respect what they see whilst they active.
Yeah.
So if you've done stuff and you was cooking before they was active, they don't respect it as much.
To give them some slack, it's definitely that, right? But on top of that, when you don't see the run, when you don't see the progress, when you don't see the in between, right? When you just see the battles in isolation,
and the chronological order of
this
the
is it. You know what the peers are doing. When you're there and you're watching it, you're seeing what everyone's doing and who is moving where, right? And where the lines are going and who's pipping who. But when you just watching back, you don't get to see what it was like and who was really in the mix at the time. You have to go and do the
man.
This is it. Why that battle meant so much. Like, you might watch Georgie and visual and just watch it like in isolation without understanding.
Battle in a way, but that battle meant that battle was for the leader of that
change the whole, shift the whole scene of their class, shift the whole landscape, shifted visuals trajectory, and yeah, just it was, if you weren't there, then you don't necessarily understand the impact.
I get it. So, which is why majority of the people that are more like, yeah, but Crazy, I'm like, yo, Crazy is dope and Crazy is cool, but I've seen visual in tough situations, bro, and he's walked out of them. He's walked out of them. So, and the situations that he got, you get me, and was the people were top tier competition. Like, you're talking about Maverick. Maverick is amazing. You're talking about Quill. Quill is in Berlin, just battle Hollow the Don. Like, these are the people that it's not for no reason. It's not for no reason.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to see how this turns out. But yeah, I'm gonna go with visual on this one still.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the only kind of sensible prediction. I'm definitely going to enjoy whatever Craig G does. I'm pretty sure of that. Whatever he does, I'm pretty sure in the building, the crowd are going to love it. He's going to entertain. He's going to tick that box off and make sure that job gets done. So, and as you know, the second from the top, I think that's important. You definitely need to put on a show.
And you gotta remember also when you're a new guy, you want the names that's been here. You don't understand. What you mean I'm not ready? I remember when I was new. You could have, man, give me hello. Yo, what you mean? I had one battle, I'm ready. And you see now I shook that room there. But they shook the room based on the potential I've shown. And a lot of people don't understand that. And also you gotta remember who's cheering. Am I being gassed? Am I not? All of these things come into play. When you knew, you as bro, if being what I can get my man already, give me him. So I don't even blame Craig on this. Like he's been offered an opportunity, he's taking it, he's not gonna say no. He's gonna be like, what you think? What you giving me? Of course he's gonna trust in his source and go for it. Do you know what I mean? So as I remember being new, so I understand. I know what it's like. It's not great. If you ask Craig G, what you mean? Offer him Tony D right now. See if he tells you he's not ready. It's gonna what? Yes. Now tomorrow, what? A week prep. Fuck it. Like, but yeah, it's just it's not on Craig G still. So I said that to say Craig got offered an opportunity and he jumped at it. So he jumped on it. So it's not on Craig to turn it down, kind of thing. So it's not many battlers that's gonna turn down opportunities like that.
Yeah, but you have to, and he's new, right? So, but there's a point where you have to know what's good for you. You have to know what makes sense. As a rapper, you're supposed to think, I am the motherfucking best in the world right now.
But no see that one, balance.
No one can mess with me, right? You're supposed to think that, but there has to come a point where you have to think, or from day one, right? You should be conscious of when you start, you want to get in practice. You don't want to be turning things down, but you definitely want to be conscious of where your levels are. You should have self-awareness. You should definitely have self-awareness. So even if I'm a handful of battles in, if I don't have wins like that, and you're coming to say, yeah, Tony D, you're supposed to say, wow, that's an honor.
Yeah, but Jen, put it this way: you just started driving. You just got your license. You got your license. You started driving. You got your license yesterday. Someone comes to you. Here's a Range Rover. Are you driving that, or are you gonna be like, nah?
But that's not my career. Like that's different. This is like your battle rap career. This is different. Like
I feel like you're still
this is different. This is battle rap. There ain't no strategy in driving. There's strategy in battle rap. There's a path. Sorry.
You're gonna fuck up that whip though.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that. But I'm saying this is like what happens when you drive that car doesn't determine how well you do or don't drive the next car. It's not going to make a difference to how you drive the car after, or whether you get, I guess you could say if you crash it, you might not get to drive a different car. So in that way, the analogy could apply. But I feel like just saying battlers are going to take whatever is given to them. If that's the case, then you man are dumb. Like you have to be more thoughtful than that. You can't just.
I think when it's a top tier name straight away, then it's naturally going to make them think. But unless he's a top tier name, they're going to be like, and like you said, if he wasn't around to see what visual.
I'll bring the question back to myself, right? I'm great at what I do. I did this example before. I'm great at what I do. I love what I do. I can step up if I need to. But if someone comes and says, right, Sunday night, Oscars, let's go. I've never read an auto cue. I've never had talking producers in my ear. I've never had how many auto prompts and 17 different people screaming in my ear and these different, like, that's above my level. And I'm going to go up there and I'm going to look like a dickhead because I'm not even going to be able to read. I'm going to be,
I'm turning down Oscars still. Banda. I'm turning down Oscars still. I'm
not ready for that. I'm not. And why are you even asking me? Like, is this a prank? Like, so whereas if you said to me, BBC Radio wants you to host a slot Sunday night, 7:00, let's go. Like, what we do. Like, I've never done radio, but I'm confident enough that that's a jump that I can handle. Like, and it's radio. Is less pressure. Like, everything, that's
but
a comfortable leap.
Again, for Craig G, he's looking at visual like his BBC and it's not Oscars. Oscars would have been
that's like
done
experience. Like why? Like, if I'm in the field, I should know what BBC means. I should know. I should have, like, all BBC, like BBC's legacy is out there for me to check out. So when they come to me with an offer, I can say, let me check out BBC. If I don't know anything about BBC, let me check out what BBC is, and I can make an informed decision. I can get gas and, oh yeah, BBC, hold on, let me check. And then, yeah, I can do that. Or, oh no, that's a whole level that I don't think I'm there yet. Like, I will be there because I'm the best in the world. Don't get it twisted. But right now, I feel like there's a level of self-awareness that you should have as a battle rapper to, even when you're coming in, you should know, you should have an idea. And also you should have an idea of what
it's more down to the promoter,
right?
though. I feel like it's more down to the promoter booking the battles than the battler. I think Craig G in his position, he's not turning down the visual, knowing how egos work, how he's not turning down the visual, because if it got offered to him, he's gonna be like, yeah, like Tony saying, Tech saying he still wouldn't take Tony. He understands, he's very self-aware, but once I think Craig G hasn't been humbled yet to be like, do you know what? Yeah, like I seen Tech's been smoked before, so he knows what being smoked feels like. Nah, it's just respectfully my guy, but he's been smoked before. Like what?
You spoke to him.
No, I wasn't even talking about me. I wasn't even talking about me. He knows what losing a battle is.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. So, I know what you mean, and it does something different.
Something, he's like, yo, I'm not gonna. Crazy hasn't been through that yet to know what he actually feels to. I felt like he lost to Black T clearly, but I don't think that room was listening to what I was listening to. Because I think the room sometimes are gassing bad bars.
You heard MK say it himself. Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of that room there.
And then sometimes what that's going to do,
right?
They're not going to know what's good and what's not, in a way, because
the
crowd.
But that's where there's a line, right, where you've got to get that you can only that you're inexperienced, so you're going to know more and more where your level is at, what the where you are in terms with other people comparing, and how good you are genuinely, right? But there has to be, you have to develop some awareness. You have to be able to look at Chess versus Easy the Block Captain, look at what they're doing in that battle, and be able to look at where you are and know how many levels away from that you are. Right? If you should be able to know. Like, you have to be able to know. You have to, 100%. And that's not.
And looking at all the intangibles as well of that battle and yours. That battle's got 1,000 people in the build. That battle's gonna big. So look at
Developing an
all
IQ.
the.
You've got to develop an IQ.
Mhm.
And that's for watching, which will improve your own game. That's for your career, knowing which are the right steps to take. That's for everything. Like for me, I can't agree that a battler is just going to take anything because they're new. If that might be the case, but I feel
No, I
like
don't
they
think
need
they'll
to
take
get.
anything. I think that's the top tier names that they'll be like, nah. But I think anything other than the top tier names, that the known top tier names, I think they are taken.
Yeah, I definitely
Which I'm not
agree.
necessarily saying
Luke,
that is a
no.
bad move or good move. I'm saying I think they are taken based on their ego and seeing it as an opportunity. Not necessarily
I
saying
bet
they should
you
be.
yourself have like probably 10 examples where you've gone to a battler and said, well, maybe not actually, maybe not 10, but I bet you've got examples where you've gone to a battler and given them a name and they've said, no, I'm not ready.
A few examples. A few. But those are the ones that have already taken an L and know what losing feels like and
Yeah,
understand.
maybe you just got to go through that. I definitely agree with you, Snow. Salute. We are gonna see the best
I
Craigie.
think we are too.
Yeah, I think so.
I just don't think it's
Why
gonna
would
be enough though, but based on what we've seen so far. But at the same time, we don't know how, maybe he
mm,
might just prove all of us wrong. Who knows?
yeah, for sure. For sure. Moving on. Salute RX. Much love to
Big
you,
up,
man.
big up.
And
Let
salute to
know those in the chat.
Southside, to the whole crew. I know. Let me the level of excitement for this card as well. The way the Southside boys on social media have really made sure this is in your orbit. This is on your timeline. A lot of the battlers as well have also made sure that there's excitement, there's talking points, there's engagement. Get your tickets, people. If you don't have a ticket yet, get one. Sunday 19th of May, Brixton, 12 till 6. No Leash Chat and Southside presents Our Side. We've done everything up to the main event, and boy, oh boy, I haven't been this excited about a main event in a minute. I love everything. Well, I said it at the beginning, if you weren't here when I said it, I love that this is happening now. That this could have happened at many points along the way, but it's happening now and the time is ripe. What am I talking about? Big Techie and MOAK, not MOAK.
Please
Please
ensure it's all.
ensure that it's all caps. Yeah, man. I love this. What are we doing, Charles? What are you saying about this one?
See this one. This is a very important battle. I've had this conversation a few times when it's a battle that really matters. You know, um, I said that to Roots when it was Roots versus Visual. Said it to both of them. I said, "Yo, to see this battle here," and I think Roots at the time he was leading the thing. He was the man. He battled Tony, Bobby, Koj. He's the man. But I said, look, you've battled the top tiers and you've taken an L to all of them. This battle is the you versus Visual is the most important one, because if you lose, clearly it's going to show that you really didn't deserve the top tiers too tough. So you need to show and prove that you are the leader of your class, which then makes you deserve the higher, the higher competition. Now with this one is a similar thing. I feel like both of them are in a position where they need to win. And I remember, I'm gonna go back into Georgie Roots versus MOAK. It was a great battle for No Loose Chat. They had like what 350 on the line at the time. Winner left with 7 bills. It's judge battle. Very was highly debated, and I think if that battle wasn't judged, it would have just been a highly debatable battle and whatnot. Um, Roots got the W, and then he continued to excel and whatnot. I think this one here is definitely one of them where, all right, Moak battled tough competition last year. He battled Tony D. He battled Visual. He battled on iBattle, and he's lost, but he's losing against tough competition. And then he had some cancellations as well, Charlie Clips and A Petrelli. Now Moak needs to win versus Tech. I believe. I think he's coming from a place where, do you know what? I've taken this L's versus the top tier competition, but I need to show you still can't play with me though. Don't get it twisted. Don't, yo, you. I'm losing to the big man, but
Was it? I heard
doesn't
that
mean,
in Moke's voice. You said it. You still can't play with me though, but I heard it in Moke's voice. That's crazy.
yeah, you can't talk crazy to me. Like I'm still big man to you, and I think that's what Moke is on, and Tech is on some. Do you know what? You've been placed above me for too long. And this is the one that if I win, I take your position here. I think this battle determines who gets bigger plates going forward. I think literally one can take the other spot. Moke's been ahead of Tech for a while. Like I said earlier as well, the battles within your class matter the most because they it's either who gets the bigger plates going forward. If I've got an international and I've got Moke and Tech available, and I need to give it to who deserves it the most, I'm gonna give it to who has the biggest status or whatnot, who deserves it more. And this battle can, me as a promoter, I'm like, this battle's gonna can decide that for me. I'm just gonna go and watch that battle. Oh, my man won quite clear. My man made a rookie mistake over there. I can't give him to this international here yet on a big card, whatnot. So that's what this battle matters a lot. So I think Tech is in a position where, do you know what? You've been above me for too long. Yeah, Roots is not active as well. I need to, yeah, I've got he's now or never. And Moke is like, you can't fuck with me though. So yeah, this battle's important. This battle's important.
This battle is so important. I know a battle's great, right? And how excited I am by when I listen to other people talk about it, and I get excited. Yeah, for all the reasons you've just said there, it's so significant. Salute Rivers, AB, motherfucking K. So you've got Tech then. That surprises me.
Moke.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad. I
you
thought you
ruined
got the name
you
wrong. My
ruined my
bad.
joke, man. It's cool. It's cool.
My bad. If I
Cool.
got the name wrong, my bad.
No, no, no. I normally do, right? It's something I would do. But yeah, if this battle has so much, oh, why didn't I close my door? This battle has so much going for it already, and Moke is pushing to make it even higher stakes. I've made people wait an hour and a half for the main topic of the title, but Moke is demanding almost that this be a title match, that Tech put his title on the line, and this is for the no loose chat champion. Tech hasn't said too much about it. He's kind of been a little flippant, but Moke is saying Tech is the champion. He's been the champion all these years. Okay, you can say he's the process champ or whatever, but everyone calls him the champ and no one has challenged him for it. He's a champ with no challenger. How can you just let him run around here calling himself the champ for all these years and no man has tested him yet? Let's put the title on the line.
Please ask a great question in there.
What title? And then Moke says, salute. what title. Now, this was my point, right? Tech is the first no lose chat champion, first no lose chat process tournament champion, season 1 of the process champ. There have been 2 other champs, but Tech was the first, and ever since Tech stepped on the no lose chat stage, he has held that league on his back, on his chest, repped it like it's Bible, like, and he has done so at every turn, on pretty much every card that he could be on. Tech is there defending his status as, what I say all the time, the face. He is the face of no. I stopped calling him champ after there was another champ. He was the champ, and for a year everyone called him the champ because there was no other champ. And then Whispers kind of had his little timeout and stuff, and then has gone over to members. The third no lose chat champ unfortunately didn't stick around. Tech is the de facto champ, but in terms of a title, his title cannot be contested. He did that in the tournament. He battled for his title. He doesn't need to challenge it. It can't be challenged. You can't challenge him for his title.
I mean, when I battled Tech, one of my talking points was, you called yourself the champ, but that's like the academy being, like the academy is not, the academy of Prem is not Bizzo Buns champ. Like, it's 2 different. So MOAK is saying, but he calls himself the champ though. Okay, if I call myself the champ of something, it's up to other people to I think based on his credentials, no one really challenged it, but he called himself the champ of NLC. That's something that he's created. The league hasn't created the title here, so I don't understand what MOAK is looking for. He calls himself the NLC champ. That's because he called himself that. Like, I don't understand. Like, he's not. You didn't. Like, there's no official title here for you to want to battle for it. I don't get it. If NLC decides to create a title, I'm pretty sure they're not going to just be Tech. He ran with NLC champ, and no one really had any issues with it because he was repping the league everywhere else. And like, he is the face of NLC, so no one really had, like, he's the face, so no one really had any issues with it. So now, what do you want to battle for? You want to battle for the title of you being the face of NLC. You haven't done enough to be the face of NLC like Tech has. So, which then makes me agree with you, Jem, when you say that title can't be contested because it's not like a Gem title. It's not like, this is a title based on what he's done to like Rivers That Gab, and it's even it's not even a Bizzo on Prem. It's more like a Shotty Horror on Prem. Shotty Horror is Premier Battles. When he goes, he was gonna rep Premier Battles regardless. So that cannot be contested. Like, that Shotty Horror is Premier Battles, that Tech is, and mainly because Tally's not as active. Tally was active, is his slogan and everything else. So maybe it would have been different. But because Tally's not as active, Tech ran with, I am the no lose chat champ, and he's repped this abroad. His battle is literally branded as champ versus champ.
Let me so MOAK is saying the guy's bio literally says NLC champ. Let's make it official. That's my point. Can't let a man run with the title and everyone openly accept it. There's a difference between the face and the champ, 2 different combos. Absolutely, which is why I'm saying he is the face. You cannot battle for the title of the face. That's an unofficial title. It's something you have to earn. And this is why I was saying in our talks online, I was saying, I don't think if there was a title to put on the line, are you the contender after 3 years? You know, you said the other day, I haven't been on NLC for 3 years. This is your return. You've battled there twice, right? 3 years ago or 3 times. But like, you haven't
And you
battled
can
there
also
in
argue
3
that MOAK
years.
hasn't really won on NLC either.
This is it, right? You've won, you haven't battled in 3 years, and you've lost your battles on NLC. Are you the challenger? Are you the person when you've had people putting in work? And the thing is, when I was thinking, okay, if MOAK's not a challenger, then who would a challenger be? There isn't a clear one. I saw Wax in my mind. There isn't necessarily a clear one. I think the standout potentially would be RX, potentially. And even then, I'd have to think where RX's battles, how many battles he's had there. Tally, of course, potentially Surfer. If he's active like that, you want an active champ. Tally and Surfer aren't active. Wax said, I think it's time for a top tier NLC tournament. I do think there could be something like that. I don't think necessarily a tournament. I don't think there are enough title contenders for a tournament. And I don't like the battling, 16 man enter to battle one man.
But it wouldn't be, Tech would have to be in that tournament too, because it's non-official.
It's not an official title.
No,
but
if
I don't.
NLC was to create a title, they can't also just give it to Tech either. Because I don't think they. I think NLC Tech is running with a self-proclaimed title that he created. You don't want to be the process champ, right? So Tech won the process champ, and he self-proclaimed himself as a champ of the league. He created.
But I feel like, in my mind, he doesn't need. He's a contender. He doesn't need. We need to see who's the other clear contender. Tech is the only.
I don't think there is one.
So yeah, let everyone like. Then it's between everyone else. Tech's already there. Like, if there was a tournament, Tech would be a buy for the final. Like, you're battling Tech. That would be me.
I would just pick one. I'll just pick one person, and these two, that person versus Tech, because Tech is the clear contender for the title, versus whoever they decide, and it would be that. But as it stands right now,
but then hold on. So then you got to have multiple battles then.
Not really. It's one battle.
Yeah. So Tech battles someone for the title, Tech wins, or Tech battles someone for the chance for the title.
No. I'm saying if a title was to be created, Tech is the number one.
So you're saying exactly the same thing that I'm saying.
Yeah, I am. But without a tournament.
I didn't say tournament. Well, I was saying something like Wax suggests. Like, I brought back to Wax's comment to say, I think there are a number of people, but I'm saying Tech is the de facto champ. So all that needs to be decided is who he battles. It's not necessarily that his title is you elevate the pro. He's always going to be the process champ, and that title can't be contested. Mm-hmm. But if there was to be one, then I think Tech is the A side, and you got to see who battles Tech
the B side
to the title.
That's what I'm on.
Yeah, absolutely. That this is not a title match. There is no title to be had. We are speculating here, right? We're going off of just what MOAK said. We're making conversation. Obviously, there is no title on the line.
MOAK, I understand MOAK's point, but at the same time, MOAK, you have to understand that you not challenging. You asking for a title match on a place where there's no title match. There's no title.
This is it. So
you got the league owners telling you there isn't a title here.
Put that in your material.
So
I guess maybe this is maybe we're playing into MOAK's hands right now. MOAK is great at battling before the battle. So I feel like maybe we're playing into MOAK's hands, and MOAK never ever thought that this should be a title match, and if it was, he should be a contender. Maybe MOAK never but maybe it's just he wants this conversation because Tech parades himself as this champ as though it means something, when in fact it don't mean shit, because no one can come and take your title. maybe
But
that's
yeah,
what we're doing
maybe.
here.
I just think if you're gonna be a contender for the title like Tech is, you have to do and rep NLC the way
But
Tech
Moke
has.
seems to be agreeing with us, saying, I don't get what's so hard to understand. Ignore me being a contender. Listen to the point that's being made. The point is, he's a champ running around here with no challenger. With a, he's got a princess title that no one can touch. That's what it looks like Moke is saying. That's the point. So this is why I'm saying I don't know that Moke ever. I don't know that was ever his Moke was trolling and you man got sucked in. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it.
But I see Rivers say earlier, this battle is a lot more important than any title, which I also
And
agree. I feel like
facts.
this battle is not about no title. I think this battle is important to a point where, do you know what, Moke? You've taken L's versus tough competition. If you take one versus someone versus someone that's from your class that's actually beneath you in status, in a way, so to speak, then okay, your position is in jeopardy here, and Tech kind of takes over. And Tech is in a position where, do you know what? Moke's been above me all this time. If I don't beat him, he's going to remain above me in terms of status, kind of thing. I think that's what this battle is important for.
Okay, Moke.
That's what I'm on.
Okay. We see you. Okay. You can sleep happy tonight knowing round 2
That's the way
section
it's done.
section 4 is gonna land like a motherfucker, right? Okay. Yeah, I definitely, as I said that, talking to Moke, talking to Moke online, this battle already has so much significance and has the potential to be so impactful that it really doesn't need anything else riding on it, especially not an honorary title. One thing I disagree with you on, Trubs, is that whilst I feel like if any man wins this clearly, they set themselves apart. They set themselves apart. This is the battle to do that, right? However, if both of these guys come in there, but we have the potential to have a potential classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think these guys, like, this has all the potential ingredients for it. And we know these guys can do it. And it's got the storyline to back it up. I feel like if both of them go in there, I mentioned, and they have an easy chess style contest where there is no real clear loser, then I don't think it's an L. Like, I think that maybe does even more for them than a clear win. I think a monumental battle of the year, Clash of the Titans, does more. And I never say this, but I actually think it would do more for both of them. Maybe if Tech gets the clear win over Mo, but I feel like, I feel like there's potential for a win-win for both of them.
I mean, if it's like, I feel like a Georgie Roots versus Moke situation was one of them where Roots got the judge win, but I don't think Moke status. I think Roots kind of definitely put himself a bit more in position to get bigger competition, but I don't think he knocked Moke status like that. I think Moke definitely showed that he was one of them guys too. So
And even though
maybe.
that was judged, it was still highly debatable and is still debated to this day as
But at the same
well.
time, you can also argue that from their time on, is Roots that got a bigger plate.
I
Took
feel like
Moke a
Roots was
bit
more
longer.
active as well, though. I feel like, and I feel like Roots' trajectory already going into that, he had already done more in terms of, like, Moke had been on Art of Rap.
Yeah, because Roots
But
was already on Prem. He was
yeah,
already in the tournament.
but this is what I'm saying. So I feel like he was already on course for that, and then had an incredibly active period.
Yeah, I think it does. I think there's definitely if they have one of those battles that push NL the whole league, set the bar and everything, they definitely it definitely wouldn't puts keeps both of them in position. I see River say is Moke
Mm.
beneath Tech on NLC though. I got them kind of level due to the work Tech has put in. I don't really separate. I don't like I understand some people are better than on other leagues and whatnot, but in terms of status, I wouldn't separate. Like I don't think Moke is not beneath Tech anywhere. I don't think. I think Moke is above Tech on the grand scheme of things of battle rap. They both battled on NLC. They both battled on the same leagues. So on a grand scheme of things, and that's been proven by Moke getting the bigger plates. Moke has battled on Prem, for example, he's battled Quill, he's battled Ark, he's battled Tony. So on a grand scheme of things, he's battled tougher competition. He's been put in line for bigger competition than Tech has. So Moke is status wise above Tech on a grand scheme of things of battle rap, period. No matter what league you're talking about. So I think if Tech was to clear Moke, I feel like Tech takes that position in it. So, but if Moke also clears Tech, I feel like Moke basically keeps Tech beneath him, no matter where the battle is.
There's definitely a chance for this to be a win for both. Yeah, I think so. I think so. River says, if the crowd are fair and don't pick a side to gas, we could have a real crazy battle. I feel like Moke is definitely going to get love. I feel like Tech is slightly different at No Loose Chat because, as we spent so long saying, he's the face, right? That's like battling Tay-Rock on URL. It don't matter who you are, or Sue Surf on URL. Like when you're that company man and when you're the biggest of those company, like when you're Tech on No Loose Chat, you're gonna get hometown love no matter who you're battling against. Like you're gonna get that extra because you're the face. You're the face. But I don't feel like it's gonna be a battle where the word gas is even gonna be mentioned. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I feel like both of them are going to go crazy and are going to get gas like crazy. I do feel like, yeah, Tech is different on the, and that's something that comes with, that's something when you go to somewhere, not only where you're stepping into the man's home, but that is his house. Like that's an extra intangible that you just have to deal with. No matter where you go, if you're going, like you mentioned Prem and Shotty before, if you go and battle Koj, if you go and battle Briggsy, if you go and battle, it's not like going and battle Shotty. It's just not. Like Shotty's the face, like, and he's the biggest star on there. So you're gonna get that extraness because you know you earned that shit. And it adds, you have to do something to make sure that you've got that in check, that you can neutralize that you can make sure, okay, I know you're going to love him, but wait until I give you this, and let me have you right here. Come, like you need that. It's just one of them things, isn't it? Man, like gassed.
Moke is also none of these guys both of these guys have IQ enough to know what they standing in front of, what they standing in front of, period. I think Tech knows exactly who Moke is. Moke knows exactly who Tech is. They both know where they're battling. They both know what type of crowd they're battling. They both know, I see on the face of Moke say, I thought Black T was going to win, but his material was more Prem based or whatnot. So I feel like he knows then what to do versus Tech. And he's, according to what he's saying, look, Black T approached this wrong. I'm gonna approach this differently. I know exactly where I'm at and who I'm battling. So, which makes this a lot more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And their face off, they kept their cards kind of close to their chest, but said a little, like they were kind of talking between the lines a bit. Something that Moke said kind of scared me a little bit, and I hope again he was trolling well, I guess the other thing wasn't trolling, it was strategy. But strategy, not trolling. He said he has ideas and concepts, but he hasn't written anything down yet. He's got material, but he hasn't started putting together rounds at all. And this was 2 weeks out.
They still
Now
got 2 weeks to go. The battle's on the 19th.
away.
Yeah, short circles next
It was
week.
next
Save a week
weekend.
after. No.
I said
Next
we
weekend.
are a week away and no one checked me. Damn.
No,
I said we are less than a week away.
I heard it, but I thought, yeah, you might be a minor mistake. I'm frozen as well, actually. Am I gonna come back? Anyway.
Okay, so it was 3 weeks. And I only said 2 weeks because, and I guess that's probably what made me think it was next weekend as well, because in the face off, they were saying, 2 weeks to go. The MOAK is scheduled to start writing in a couple of days. I don't doubt MOAK's ability to do what he does, but I would hope he's already written. I'm sure, well, I only know this because the battlers say it, but there's a level of comfort, there's a level of performance that you can give. There's just something else when you know your material inside and out. And I think like this is one of them battles where you need to know your material inside and out. You can't be, I've seen from both of these guys where there are rounds that I'm watching and I'm like, oh shit, you don't know your shit like that. And it's not necessarily because they're stumbling, and sometimes it is, but it's not necessarily that. It's because they're rushing through it, because they're trying to get to the next thing so they don't forget. They don't even want the crowd to react too tough because it's going to throw them off. I hear the battle rappers say that they are at their best when that shit is locked in, when they know it inside and out, when they can bring it back comfortably, when they can, when they can do little bits in between, they can do the ad libs, they can just be comfortable because they know that muscle memory has got me. On top of that, before you even get to the performance, you need to have dense writing. You need dense writing with little facts. That requires editing, right? If we're talking, you need to be memorized. We just talked about that. You need to be comfortable with your performance, and performance is so going to matter. Both of these guys need to perform. They need to give us this material in a way that is just going to send that room going crazy. This is what we're expecting from this. Two heavy punchers, two guys who know how to do moments. They know how to do fast punching. They know how to build to the punch. They both do different things, but they both give us expectations in performance. And the more prepared you are, the better you're going to be able to do that. It's just simple, right? And the longer you have, and within reason, we don't need 6 months of these things, right? But if we're talking, if you've got 2 months, why wait 2 weeks? It's just you're not going to be able to get the same job done. Again, I'm not talking from experience, because what the fuck do I know? I'm just talking from what I hear the professionals and the experienced veterans say. MOAK, could well be trolling. Who knows at this point? These guys clearly know exactly what the other can do. They both know how dangerous an opponent the other is. They both know that they could go up there and if they miss a beat, it could get dark for them. So I don't think, no worries, I don't think either one is sleeping on the other. I think they've got way too much respect for each other to underestimate the other. And I think it means so much. I don't know if we've talked about that yet. This means so much to them. When there are certain battles that you're not necessarily motivated for, or you don't know what to say, or it's cool, like might get a nice check or it's a nice card or whatever, but this means something. This is important. This is high stakes, and neither one, I don't think they even want to give away around unless it's to a classic. So yeah, man, I hope MOAK's trolled him. But yes, that's where I'm at with this one. I'm speaking from experience. I got bars low key. It's kind of high key, I think, at this point. But I say that, let me shut my mouth. I ain't got shit. I ain't got shit. I say some slick shit sometimes while I'm on here. That's it. That is it. But yes, definitely, if you didn't do it on your way in, then please, I beg you, wipe your feet on your way out. It definitely helps with the algorithm stuff. I did say, I stuck a pin in it earlier. We're going to double back to it because, yeah, this is the Noli's Chat and Southside Presents card. And we've got MK on there. We've got K Millie on there. And we've got RX hosting. Now, we just had a card, the members card. RX wasn't on that. We've got Short Circuit coming up. RX isn't on that. And then he's not on the Ourside card either. That I was waiting. I kept waiting for the surprise, or not the surprise. I just thought it was coming in the rollout, and then they dropped the whole card, and I saw hosted by RX and Snow and and Paris. Dope. Salute to that. I was like, oh, okay. So RX really isn't on the card. He was talking in here about being in his promoter bag, but he has dropped some hints of something else, right? Of something else on Twitter. Now, I'm gonna stick my neck out a little bit and say I think RX does have a surprise battle on this card. Although
it's gonna conspiracies. Jen's out here reading between the lines and shit.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are like, RX ain't on the card, and yeah, I'm just taking the speculation further.
Maybe he's taking a break. Maybe
he is, and maybe he's just going in a different direction. But yeah, I feel like RX is on this card in some sort of fashion, and if I'm really gonna put my neck on the chopping block, I feel like there's something international involved with it. That's all I think. But yeah, I don't know. You
thinking big surprise thing like
no, I don't know, no, and not necessarily to the fullest extent of that, but I do feel like there's, and Riss has been teasing some, so and you can hear my expectations are high. Well, they're not that high. I'm expecting something
Riss versus Loaded Lux versus Daylight.
Oh, come on. We're not, I feel like that we're getting that next year, right? Getting that next year. But no, I do feel like Riss is teasing something, and I'm happy to get a surprise. I like the card as it is. I'm not, it would be dope to see RX on the card, but I also like, I'm not trying to box anyone in. And if this is, what right now you're doing and focusing on, then salute to that. And I'm here to support that. So so adding to his repertoire, trying something new to add to battling. Yeah. And I fully support that. I'm taking
your tickets and pull up to see if Riss has a surprise battle or not.
Yeah. I'm taking his 2 and 2 tweets and making 17. So yeah, I'm just speculating completely. But like Trab said, yeah, get your tickets. Rish says this has been successful. What has been? You also walked me into a trap like MOAK has. If it is well played to you also, sir. But yes, I'm looking forward to this card. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping we get a nice sunny day in Brixton. Definitely get your tickets if you don't already. I think, is there anything else to say about the card, about the battlers? Anything else you want to add, Trubs? Any questions in the chat? Facts, Dojo. You can't see it, right? It's there. There's red string and everything.
Nah, man, get your tickets. Pull up. I think it's a dope event. Is this what, the first one this year? Is this the first one of the year? I'm pretty sure it'll be first of many, if anything. But yeah, man, get your tickets. Pull up. Cards dope battles. Tickets are probably what, £10 or something. Just cop the £10, like tenner in it. Like, just buy a ticket.
Yeah, definitely. Salute to Nolu's chat. Always salute. We can't wait to be in the building and take this one in. Yeah. Pull up. That's all I got to say. Get a ticket. Crazy main event. Like this is one for the ages. This is one for the ages. This is one that you can't miss, man. You can't miss this one. Be there. If you got some shit doing on that day, cancel it. Cancel it.
Yeah. It's a
Whatever
Sunday as well anyway. Just pull up. You ain't got nothing to do on the Sunday. Just pull
exactly. Much love to Queen P as well. Looking forward to rolling through Miss NLC. That's a fact. Salute to you, our ex Southside and all the Southside crew. And again, salute to this this No Leash Chat and Southside Presents card. Can't wait to see how it goes down. I've loved the build up so far. So yeah, be there or be a dickhead, basically. Chubs, if the people who aren't watching, if the people watching aren't following you, aren't supporting you on all platforms, then what are they doing? But tell them where to find you, just in case.
Trubs PLG on Twitter, Instagram, the official Plug TV on Insta as well, youtube.com/@ the official Plug TV. Go and subscribe. Short Circuit next week as well. Get your tickets. That's right, next Saturday. You got Black T versus Slim Buck, Dojo, Roars, Red Wolf, Frost. Some dope battles on there. Yeah, pull up. 2 events back to back. Yeah, man, coming out some fun.
I'll put it in the chat as well, Paris. I'm terrible with doing that on these live streams and then I always forget to do it after. It's not in the chat. I'll put it in the description and I'll pin it as a comment. Damn, I was going to make one more point before I signed out and I've completely forgotten what it was. So I'm just going to try and keep talking because it was something that I really wanted to say. This was it. If you are unfamiliar with any of the battlers that we've talked about today, all of them have recent work on No Loose Chat. Go and check it out. Some of them are new, but they've got some dope work out there. So definitely go and check it out and get in tune so that you know when you pull up, you know what you're watching and you know what to look out for. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Pete, for the reminder. Appreciate you. And we will see you on the 19th, not next weekend, but on the 19th. Looking forward to it. And thanks to Trubs for pulling up and joining me as well. Appreciate you.
All good. Pleasure.
We're out.